So let's start at the beginning. Can you walk me through what your experience actually was?
But it started when I was a kid. There was this place, Denis, near my house, a patch of woods everyone avoided. I remember this night where the air felt wrong, like everything went quiet all at once. No crickets, no wind, nothing.
What do you mean by wrong?
It felt like pressure, like the world was holding its breath. And then I saw this light, blue at furlsing, and it didn't move that anything I've ever seen.
And you were alone?
Run to run.
Yeah, I remember trying to run, but it felt like time slowed down. Like I was being pulled instead of chased. The next thing I knew, I was waking up in my room hours later.
Wow. And this stayed with you?
For years. I had nosebleeds after that, nightmares.
That's intense.
I felt like something followed me home, not physically, but mentally. Like I'd been marked. It was our world. It looked like our world, but darker, covered in this floating ash, like spores. And I wasn't alone there. There was this tall thing, no face, mouth opened up like a flower.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Beat. That is literally Stranger Things.
I get nosebleeds whenever I concentrated too hard. Like my brain was doing things it wasn't supposed to do.
Good morning, UFO. Not alone, signal strong. 808s prove us wrong. Good morning, UFO. Truth so loud it glows. Hands up,
I made it. You guys like that little dong dong? Good morning. Good morning. I made it. I made it. I'm here. You're here. You love the new intro. My AI skills. Yes, AI is sucking me in. Having so much fun with the AI, probably too much, but that's not a big deal here. We're always trying to get to make sure, yeah, the intro's fun. It's fun to do new different things. It's fun to do different things for sure. I'm a little nervous about this show this morning because we are going to be talking about Christopher Bledsoe. We have some questions. I don't even know if I should play this clip. I am concerned because we can't get in any trouble here. And if we play things, I do believe with him, we'll get in trouble. I just have a feeling. Because we don't want to get into trouble. We don't want anybody. But this was on Bledsoe Said So. And I think I could play 20-second increments and still be within my copyright of it because we're using this for question commentary. So I'm going to play this clip. This clip is 1 minute and 14 seconds. And because I am concerned about copyright on this little clip, how long does a clip constitute length for the ability to create commentary via copyright? I want to be really careful with this one. Got some opinions. A 3-minute clip can be infringing and a 30-second clip can be fair use depending on context. So there you go. And we're going to play this in 30-second increments so that we don't get in trouble. You can see right down there in the lower right-hand corner, Christopher Bledsoe, that we are counting it down to make sure that we stay within the fair use commentary parody. Just a heads up. This is fair use. Let's get that up. Very little, but I just think it's important for everyone in the community. This is covered under fair use. All right. Covered under fair use. Just heads up. Shows you how difficult it is to talk about this topic without being concerned about backlash, right? Fair use copyright law. Let's make sure. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure this looks good. I just want to be covered. The context is used under fair purposes. Here you go. Like I said, this is for everyone who might think I don't have the legal right or that there should be something with me talking about this. Yeah. The demon says it. They got to protect their product, the demon. Okay. So if you're here, I assume that you know who Christopher Bledsoe is. Christopher Bledsoe is, I think there's Christopher Bledsoe 1, and I think this is Christopher Bledsoe 2, who start the podcast Bledsoe Said So, which is why it's named after it. Bledsoe Said So, which ironically, I'm going to change that. I'm really Bledsoe Prophecy. I like that better. I always kind of feel like the Bledsoes are trying. Oh, I can't change the title. We'll change it later. What? Really? You're going to be this way to me, YouTube? StreamYard? Yeah. So we're going to get into it with Christopher Bledsoe. Okay. I think we're ready. We're streaming here on YouTube. We got to go. All right. 30 seconds on the clock. And then we're going to break it. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure I cover things.
The lady is the most important part of all of this. The lady is the being that is running the show and that is coming here with fury to wake us up from the ruling control system here, from the dark forces that are binding us to this place, from those negative, sadistic, parasitic, vampiric forces that want to feast on our minds and our suffering and keep us trapped here. The lady is the force that,
So if you're not new to Christopher Bledsoe, the lady is a lady who is hanging out. She's spiritual. She's the divine feminine. A lot of people who are into psionics say that they're connected to this divine feminine. I just want you guys to acknowledge that a lot of people think this is a psyop. The biggest question about Christopher Bledsoe isn't whether or not the light's in the sky or what we're actually seeing, which we're going to go through a massive amount of the misidentifications that have happened, which is why we're playing this in 30-second increments, covering to make sure we are doing fair use. This is the Bledsoe Said So show, right? But he's talking about the lady. So the lady is in charge of all the extraterrestrial spaceship things happening to everybody, and this is such a huge connection to Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I'm going to tell you guys what, I don't think it is. I think this is a psyop created by the government. The only thing that's interesting about Christopher Bledsoe is that the government's interested in him. A lot of people say that the government interested in him means that it's absolutely legitimately correct. While another believe that the government interest is simply a desire to influence the Bledsoe family to become the poster childs of extraterrestrial presence and communication and connection by bridging the gap between Christianity and the ET presence. Yeah, so this is a huge psyop that's going on. They want this voice to be heard. It's a happy family. It's a happy family. Like, at least that's what they try to put all over the internet. They're like the happiest family in the world, and they were abducted. So let's play the next 15 seconds or next 30 seconds. Covered under fair use, meant to educate the public, provide commentary.
Destroys that and severs that power over us. Now, we are approaching a point where on the collective level, this power will have free reign in our world as long as we all collectively and freely invite it. And I believe they will be able to help get rid of the dark forces that are controlling us. And
oh, see, this is exactly what's going on. The dark forces that are trying to control us. I am impervious to this kind of stuff. I feel like when people approach me and they're like, Amy, blah, 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 blah. The dark forces, you're a demon. This is coming at you. For me, it's more like a you problem. Because, everything that I've found spiritually has happened organically in my own life. So how is he speaking for the collective? These people, the reason I struggle with the Bledsoe story, and they're more than welcome to come on so we can talk it out if you'd like. I'd appreciate you doing that versus, hiding behind a screen. I'm open. Email's down in the description. goodmorningufo@gmail.com. All the Bledsoes are welcome to come on to discuss a lot of my differing opinions. So nothing I say to somebody isn't anything I wouldn't say to them specifically one-on-one. That being said, it to me, it appears that this is a prophecy. To me, this appears it is an attempt to create the Christ connection. And it concerns me. From a Christian perspective, as someone who tries to be as Jesus loving as I can and Christian, I do practice a wee bit here and there. I think it's concerning when people come out and they start talking like prophets. And I don't mean like the Son of God kind of prophet. I mean the ones who come forward and they say, God is talking to me, and I have something to tell you all, not based on evidence or anything. This should be concerning to people, in my own opinion. And one of the issues that I think the UFO community has is how easily they latch onto this. This is the way that they're trying to create, the larger scale demographic. And I just think it's important when I see things like this. I actually blocked this account, Bledsoe Said So, and I went through a massive unblocking. And then I saw his tweet. John Stokes has the question that I think all of us have. Is he trying to start his own cult and his own religion? Because if we can identify that, it makes more sense. And it's something I think that's a little bit easier for the UFO community to let go of once we get this into a religious perspective. That being said, we have the massive. There's two streams going on right now. One is your mobile, the other's the massive. On the massive, I'm going to start a poll. And I actually got an invitation from, and this is the question for you guys regarding cults and us discussing cults. And how I'm like openly, I unblocked the Bledsoes. They're open to come on. I've dealt with my own little bitterness and strangeness about it. And I think if there's a place that they can go for a really important conversation that's actually going to push their agenda, I do think that's this show. So if the Bledsoe family wants to push their agenda and wants to try to get skeptics like me to believe it with a religious background, I was an altar girl at the Catholic Church. Went to mass quite a bit, and so I'm an open vessel. You could come and talk on the show, Bledsoe family. I think the UFO community has questions, and I don't think you should be scared or hiding from answering them. That being said, Raelism. We recently got somebody reached out and asked us if they would want to have, and I guess this is for you guys. Let me put this in the chat. I'm so sorry. I've been slacking. Okay. They asked a bishop of the Raelian religion. If you guys know, we're going to show a baseline. Should I invite the Raelian bishop to my show? They invited, they said, hey, here's the questions, but they gave me a list of questions to ask. And I get concerned sometimes on that because they can be, I'm just letting you know, they might walk out in the middle of the interview. So we would do this live. because they have specific questions they want me to ask. But I think that would be impossible for me. I will tell them that. Don't worry, we'll be completely open. Just like we're going to be completely open with the Bledsoe. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy says, to be honest, if there's one person that should speak to you, it's them, as you are not aggressive and always polite. So what do they have to fear? Yeah, I am going to ask them what they want. If you come on my show, there's more questions I have. The reason I say we'll see. So you guys are putting that I should interview this Raelian bishop to come on my show. Here you guys go. We're going to give you Raeliism overview here. A quick. Here you go. This comes from Mr. Wonder Monkey, 101 subscribers. Be sure to subscribe. Let's see how he describes Raeliism. There you go. Give me a second.
Raelism is a religious movement founded in 1970.
Make sure you guys get the sound on it.
Extraterrestrial being. Raelism is a religious movement founded in 1974. It promotes the belief that life on Earth was created by advanced extraterrestrial beings called the Elohim. Raelism incorporates scientific and technological advancements into its teachings and encourages its followers to pursue personal fulfillment and harmony through science, reason, and pleasure. The movement emphasizes human cloning, human rights, and the exploration of space as key components of its ideology. Raelism's rituals include UFO watching, meditation, and sensual meditation. Currently, Raelism still remains a relatively small religious movement. The core values of Raelism revolve around peace, love, respect for all forms of life, and the pursuit of knowledge and enlightenment through science and reason.
Okay. I would say that's a pretty good, unbiased idea of it. You guys got to see the preview. Preview Netflix. Like, there was a Netflix series about this that I kind of was like, what? Here you go.
Rael, The Last Prophet, Season 1, is a Netflix docuseries that features interviews with the followers, critics, and Rael himself, the founder of a UFO-inspired religion that spiraled into a controversial cult. The series explores the origins, beliefs, practices, and controversies of Raelism, a movement that claims to have more than 100,000 members worldwide. The series also examines the personal life and charisma of Rael, a former journalist and race car driver who claims to have been contacted by aliens in 1973 and appointed as their messenger. The series has received mixed reviews from critics and viewers, who praise the production value and the access to Rael and his followers, but also criticize the lack of depth, balance, and objectivity in the presentation of the topic. Some reviewers found the series to be informative and entertaining, while others felt it was sensationalist and biased. The series has also sparked controversy and debate among Rael supporters and opponents who have different views on his teachings and actions. Overall, Rael, The Last Prophet is a docuseries that offers a glimpse into the world of Raelism, a controversial and fascinating cult that claims to have a connection with extraterrestrial beings. The series may appeal to those who are interested in alternative.
So you guys kind of get the idea. The Raelists are in communication with extraterrestrial beings, according to what they're saying, similar to how our friend here, Christopher Bledsoe, is saying that they are in communication with extraterrestrials. There was a question in the chat about, like, are they trying to start a cult? We're asking, are they trying to start a cult? We have Raelism. We might be having somebody come on the show who's part of Raelism, a bishop. I think a lot of it has to do with trying to maybe rebrand what's going on with Raelism. But, I do have skeptical questions. I do not have easy questions. So we'll get them on, but I've just been doing this too long to just let people willy-nilly say whatever they want. And that's been a problem on my show and with interviews. And I don't really care. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm going to ask the hard questions. I'm going to act like I met you on the street and I want to really know the truth. And that's how I'm going to treat you. And so just saying, like when I was talking to James Fox, even though like we had crazy tech issues, I mean, I just can't even believe how my life is sometimes with regards to that. But I was talking to the guy who found the doctor who saw the alien. And if you watch if you watch, there's a really amazing clip. Maybe I saved it. Of James Fox talking to the doctor. Let's play this last of this though, because we've got 15, 30 more seconds on this, Bledsoe. This will be all I play of your show. You are not allowed to give me any sort of guff on this because I have done it completely under fair use, and we'll keep that flying here under this so that when you decide to jump all around this show and watch it, just like other strange UFO celebrities have done, Corey Good. This is a parody. This is a comedic show, and humor's not illegal.
And their days are numbered. The dark forces are numbered. And that's kind of what the plan is of this UFO phenomenon. It's not just a dog and pony show. It's not a magic trick. It is a very real prophetic.
I am not joining the Bledsoe cult. He's trying to take all the UFO people. Leave us alone. I live in a land of logic, Christopher Bledsoe. I am no longer part of the group of people that just eats whatever random stuff gets thrown my way. We want the truth. The actual truth. There are a lot of... The hardest thing is that people just want to be nice. So they're like, oh, okay.
Force that has...
But this guy's saying that he's in charge of leading on the people to fight the dark forces. The dark forces?
Been guiding us for thousands of years, helping us barely survive, right? Until we got to this fated moment in our destiny where these two worlds were crossed, where they can just, boom, just have free reign to come into our world and do what they want.
Yeah. Diane says it. Yes, we want the truth. I'm gonna be honest, the spirituality, like cool, aliens exist. Go start in your own cult. Go start your own religion. Whatever the hell everyone's about to do. But the truth is we don't know. And I do think that there's a connection to angels. I do think that there's a huge connection. I've done enough research not to sit here telling you that like none of it's connected. I also dabble enough in Christianity to kind of have an idea as to like what I think I could explain to people. I dabble enough in Christianity, I think. And so he posted this. And I really see, I did mute Christopher Bledsoe because Ryan Bledsoe, excuse me, Christopher Bledsoe Jr. Honestly, I just try to push them so far out from my mind that I don't even want to know their names. And I feel like I'm kind of like in a different place than where I was before when this was really difficult for me to see happening in the UFO community. I'm in a fresher perspective. I can be kinder about this, even though I feel like there are these nefarious influences that are happening onto the Bledsoe family. I don't think you can fake being nice. And I do think that they actually believe this is happening to them. I don't think the government actually thinks this is happening to them. I think the government, NASA, and all these people aren't hanging out with Christopher Bledsoe to see an airplane in the sky to say, oh, they know it's an airplane. They're just there to encourage Bledsoe to keep going. Because that interest that the government, that NASA, that all these people, that the Vatican have had, at least the Vatican's on their own little thing. Like they're about to say, oh, aliens are real in just a quick moment here. So here's what Ryan posted. I've waited 14 years of my life for 2026. I can't believe it's officially here tomorrow. Here's to an amazing year for humanity. Happy New Year. Happy new knowledge year. And this comes from something that Bledsoe said. Bledsoe said on the Sean Ryan show, not Ryan Bledsoe, but Christopher Bledsoe said on the Sean Ryan show that there was going to be something that happens in 2026 Easter. So I'm going to get that clip for you real quick. I think that's an important one to look at. Give me a second. Pull up the of Christopher Bledsoe saying something will happen in 2026 Easter on the Sean Ryan show. And a lot of people believe that this whole 2026 nonsense actually stemmed from, what's his name? John Ramirez, the former CIA agent. And as somebody, me, who follows this incredibly intensely, I can tell you that John Ramirez was the first person I saw talking about it, 2026. And then there was this echo chamber of 2026, 2026, 2026, 2026. Why? Well, the CIA agent said it first. I do think John Ramirez is part of it. Like, I was like, well, what the hell, man? Like, what about the CIA and all this stuff? I was tweeting back and forth with him about like some little things, which is one reason I developed such a weird conflict in thoughts with the Bledsoe family, is because Christopher Bledsoe responded to one of my tweets once. And he posted an image of I was like the millionth time I had seen a UFO. And I said, how do you know these are angels? And he responded, because I have the angels on speed dial. That's directly from Christopher Bledsoe. That comment came across to me. Although like let's talk about being in a super religious environment. In a super religious environment, they tend to use kindness and niceness to coerce you. They can be nice people, which is why they're invited on the show, right? But your niceness does not surpass my own niceness. I try to be a nice person too. I try to be a good person too. I love my family. I love my life. I work hard. I try too as well. And he responded that he had the angels on speed dial, and that was just so off for me. And we're going to get into the misidentifications that Christopher Bledsoe has had, which are many that have not been acknowledged. We're going to look at his failure of his polygraph that he had. We're going to look at a lot of different things. But here's the clip that we're looking for. This was on the Sean Ryan. And it's at the two. Here you go. We can play this.
While I was gone was a virtual tour. I was inside a bubble, something that was solid that I could stand on, but I couldn't see the walls, but I could touch them. But I could see everything in every direction. And there were always three figures behind me that were shadowy, and they were narrating what I was seeing. And I saw North America from way up high. I saw the whole United States. And then I was taken to Egypt. And I saw the pyramids. And this Hathor's temple. I saw that. The Sphinx facing to the east. And then the lady comes back. The following year, after all this, this was in 2013 is when I really got that message from her, because that's when I was asked by the Pentagon, by 2 Air Force generals, to put it in writing what she told me. And I did. And this was on a request from NASA, a friend at NASA. So he come and got it and hand delivered it to these generals. And she told me that, she said that when the star of Regulus, she called it a red star. When you look at it, it looks blue. But she said when Regulus is red on the horizon, in front of the gaze of the Sphinx, before daylight. So in other words, when it's sitting right on top of the horizon, before the sun comes up, that moment would mark a change in humanity's knowledge. And she showed me other things. War, us bombing Iran, us bombing Syria. And in them days, none of that had happened. So I put all that on this piece of paper. And now I've had so many write me back, oh my God, you see, they just bombed Iran, or Iran just bombed us. You know, you were right the whole time. And I did that in 2012. And so what they did was I gave them the date of 2026 because they took that celestial event and ran it through these machines that showed that exact alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter.
What will happen?
The star will, the alignment she told me about, that the star of Regulus would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx. At that moment, there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, you know, but these astronomers run it through the machines and it comes out that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing the state. Government did. And now you hear it all over TV. 2026.
Oh my gosh. What has this man created? What is going on? A lot of people in the chat are responding. It's just not me sitting here wondering what's going on. A lot of people wonder what's going on when it comes to Christopher Bledsoe. He's in communication with extraterrestrials. He's been abducted, but not really abducted because he was taken by aliens and disappeared and all things. Maybe he's an abductee, but I think he's taken that to another level. I'll believe the abductee thing for sure. Something there from people I've talked to. There's a creepiness. All right. I have talked to people that I do sincerely believe that these things have happened to them, and it's very scary. Not fun, scary. I support the abductee community. But he did have a polygraph that he did indeed fail. That I'm trying to pull up. I found some basic clips of it, and they're kind of decent. Let's see here. We'll start with here. This comes from Derek Mirabella, and he says, LMAFO, Christopher Bledsoe. Here, I'll make it bigger so the people on the other side can see it, because we've got people watching from our mobile stream. LMAFO. Christopher Bledsoe, the same grifter that failed every polygraph he's taken. The same Chris who's trying to turn grifting into a family business. Is this the same Chris? Here you go. And this comes from a clip of a TV show that happened. Chris Bledsoe took and failed a polygraph. Test concerning his alleged alien encounter. So let's play those clips.
Concerned and wanted to talk to you and get your reaction.
Okay. It was an uncomfortable time because I was basically going to hit him right between the eyes with it and see what he says.
The question about the entity is where the concern came in.
Okay.
And basically the result on as far as an entity was concerned was negative. Concern and want.
And it really comes down to, who do you believe?
Essentially, it was negative. Basically, the operator is telling us that he wasn't being honest.
And it really comes.
All right, we're going to pull this up. Fayetteville incident. It's important, Fayetteville incident, that this is watched, that this is taken in. to be honest. It's important that this is taken in. The Fayetteville incident. And then we've got unmasking the sky's mystery. Unless it got taken off. They might have been able to do that. Unmasking the sky's mystery. Yeah, that's gone. Disappeared from the internet. Isn't that interesting? Maybe if we Google it. It's hard to find that polygraph. And it's hard to find his response. My gosh, I just have to go look through a bunch of stuff in order to make it come together. But they found a way to take that off the internet. It does appear. Oh, look at this. Type in the name of that. You type in the name of that video we just watched that came on YouTube. There's only 3 that even comes back on Google video. Wow. That means it's truly not able to be found. And what happens on it? He says like, hey, blah, 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 blah. Like he acts so strange. So this is what you're getting here. This is what you're getting. You might have Christopher Bledsoe say on Sean Ryan, well, I don't know. All these people are just saying all these things. But Ryan Bledsoe will post the image of the Sphinx and say, I can't wait for this to happen. Thank you, Tracy. We are investigating together, my friends. I'm pulling it up since you tagged me. Bomb. You got it, Tracy? All right.
But in fact, in the museum, so
Ghost with the Warren Museum?
he was Mr. Warren.
I see this. This is Travis Walton, though. Travis Walton also failed, right? A polygraph. That also happened. All right, let's get to what I was talking about. I found some stuff. We're just going to look through the misidentifications, trying to keep this easy, you know? Trying to keep this easy. So when we have people that went to Contact in the Desert this last year, which I've let go of my bitterness of Contact in the Desert. God bless you all. Good luck. But Contact in the Desert was the nest this last year for Christopher Bledsoe to show off his UFO summoning skills. So we're going to play this. And Kelly Chase made some interesting changes in the way that she was thinking about Christopher Bledsoe in terms of she saw the plane, which she gained some respect from me. You know, even though she's on like an insane blocking spree and she still has me blocked and she's got all this bitterness against me. Let it go, Kelly. You're welcome to come on the show and we can talk about everyone who I have controversial opinions with or controversy. You're welcome to come on the show. Personal things forgiven. So let's see what Kelly said in regards to this.
I don't even think it's a plane. Chris, I really like Chris. Like I went to his like thing at Contact in the Desert where he was like,
oh, they got to her.
Right, like I was ready, and I was there with bells on, and like, you know, that whole he posted like at 9:45 this thing appeared, and I said that it would. That was 100% a plane.
Where was this? You cut out for a second there.
Oh, sorry. It was at Contact in the Desert. He was doing like summoning orbs live.
Skywatch.
Oh,
yeah, he said don't call it. Yeah, I was there and I was so excited. And I because I was bought in, fully ready to see an orb. And like he said, you know, at 9:45 this orb's going to appear, and at 9:45 there was a plane that was exactly in a very heavily traveled flight path that was being used all night. It was absolutely a plane. And what really disturbed me about it was that he was telling people live when they're like, no, it's a plane. He's like, no, Don't even think it's a plane, because if you start thinking it's a plane, it's going to turn into a plane.
What?
And like about that time, I packed up my towel and got out of there because
Yeah, you know, she's got a great point. It's good to see people with logic. I appreciate logic, especially people who've been deep down the rabbit hole, and you've got people who want you to say one thing, but you have to be genuine and honest. And she's been through her strange transformation. She's been through her transformation, I guess, in terms of all of this, and seeing her with being duped by Lua Elizondo and just feeling all her feels and stuff like that. But I will say I do appreciate the logic that she brings, and that's appreciated. Just somebody who's willing to call out the BS. And there needs to be more of that. And there also needs to be more. I mean, I need to also work on appreciating people in this community who are putting it in. And I think that's what I felt on New Year's. I was like, you know what? Like, because Jay unblocked me, and I don't even think he knew anything about me when it came to unblocking me. Didn't even know what a fan I was, which is honestly why I got so personally offended when Kelly Chase blocked me. I got really personally offended because I was a huge fan. But I've worked through it. All's forgiven. She's welcome to come on the show. Don't really know what we would talk about. But Christopher Bledsoe, obviously, if I'm talking about you, you can talk about me, to me. Covered under fair use, meant to educate, provide the public. But you guys, we should do some dancing. Why is this like, this is the best day of our lives. This is the best day of our lives. You know, we're going to dance anyway. That's what we always do. Oh, but we're coming down to, Super Chat's ending. Super Chat countdown's ending, which means we'll just dance anyway. We want to say thank you so much to all of the supporters, all of the people who are here in the chat that are our members. Thank you so much. Diane is here. Diane is a member. Who else rolled in? John Stokes is a member. You guys are helping me keep the show going hardcore. But like I said, you know, this is not about making money. This is about making content that you enjoy, that I enjoy, that people can just enjoy. So even if you have nothing and you can't give anything, that is totally fine. The reason I got obsessed with YouTube is because it was free. It was free entertainment that I could watch. So that being said, you know, if you want to support the show in any way, there's one way that you can super duper support the show. Obviously, besides, you know, subscribing, if you guys could just give us that huge thumbs up, you would be surprised how thankful that makes me. Please hit that subscribe button. Yeah, and you know, hit that thumbs up, because 1 billion videos are uploaded onto YouTube every single day. And when I'm at the bottom, well, I feel much better than I did like months ago about doing the show. Mostly because we've had tremendous growth. We've gained 10,000 subscribers. You know, you might not see it so much in the live chat, but I've seen shows that have 1 million subscribers and just 100 people in the live chat. So like, this is totally legitimate in terms of the ratio. Plus, we're getting a lot of replays because of that. We're almost netting 1,000 views. Almost. Some shows are about 700, 800, but we're almost netting 1,000 views per show, which is much, much bigger than what we are getting daily. So I think people are excited. They anticipate the show. They're excited about the show. So we're going to get to the next one. You deserve it, girl. I'll tell you what, that was crazy when it did go over, when I did gain 10,000 subscribers over like a week period. That was absolutely crazy. And we can get into the analytics of how it happened, stuff like that. I could totally break it down and explain it, but it's kind of like also one of those secrets, really do I want, but you know, if you're a YouTuber and we talk, I usually, but it's just like, that's not what we talk about on this show, because that's like a 30-minute conversation. But yeah, smash that like button, share, become a member. Good Morning UFO rocks. And so does Diane Boss. What else do we want to go through here? What else? I am going to. Oh, you did. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We decided to use the polygraph
There you go.
to see if Chris is telling us the
From
truth.
Tracy Scott. There you go, dude.
Hey, Chris.
Tracy.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, sir. Good to see you.
As far as polygraph is concerned, you're either telling the truth or you're not telling the truth.
A lie is a lie is a lie.
That's it.
Polygraph is really only as good as the operator's interpretation. We were lucky to get Bob Durdak. He's retired from the FBI. He was in charge of the North Carolina Bureau's polygraph unit, and he's very respected in his field.
I tell them it's a pure of heart test. If you feel good in your heart, you're being honest, you're going to do fine. If you don't, your body shows it and you don't do so good. It usually pretty much plays out that way.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Steve McGee, MUFON.
Steve, Bob Durdak, how are you?
Chris Bledsoe.
Chris, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. All right.
Steve, thanks very much.
Yes, sir.
Chris is having no qualms about doing a polygraph. In fact, in the original report, he said he would take one. So we're going into this polygraph exam feeling very confident that he's going to do well.
The real lie detector in this whole equation is you, because you're the only one that knows the truth, and you're telling this instrument here what's going on inside your body, and that's what we're using to determine whether you're being truthful or not. If you will pull this around your lower stomach and just hold it right in the middle and kind of lean forward a little bit, I'm gonna pull this around behind you.
For months, I was scared to say anything for ridicule. I decided I had to get it off my chest or it's going to drive me insane. And the world needs to know it's real. It is real.
I'm thinking if he comes out and passes, this is going to make this real easy. And it's going to shorten our time here.
That's up for anxiety anyhow. That's
Well, just try to be as relaxed as you can. Okay, ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Test is now beginning. Is your first name Christopher?
Yes.
Is there anything in your background that would cast doubt on your honesty or integrity?
No.
Did you make up any of the information concerning what you saw in the sky on the night in question?
No.
Have you conspired with anyone to provide false information regarding what happened on the night in question?
No.
Did you make up any of the information regarding the entity you reported seeing on the night in question?
No.
How would you summarize the test?
Well, I'd say he failed the test. I'm going to tell you that his deceptive responses were focused around things that he actually saw that night.
He wasn't being truthful about the entity.
I don't think so.
What do you think he was being truthful about?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, it's going to be a speculation no matter what I say. Is everything he said a lie? You can't glean that just from the polygraph. You can glean that from the investigation, the information you collect, and everything should fit at some point. Did you make up any of the information concerning what you saw in the sky on the night in question?
How did he score there?
Well, if you just took the numerical score, he would have been inconclusive on that. The one he had a deceptive response to was the entity, seeing the entity. He kept saying, I'm not sure myself when I think about it if I really saw it or not, but I know I did.
He didn't come right out and tell us everything was a lie, but basically the part about the entity reflected negatively in polygraph.
I ended up doing 2 series.
So even though I may feel disappointed, in the back of my mind, I'm saying reserve judgment, reserve judgment. So you have to weigh all that evidence, and it really comes down to who do you believe?
Essentially, it was negative. Basically, the operator is telling us that he wasn't being honest. He was neutral on the orange orbs, and he was neutral on the lights in the skies. I think we're all a little disappointed. Honestly, the relationship I've developed with Chris, I really felt like I owed it to him to sit down and talk to him about it.
This was going to be his chance to either confirm or...
All right, guys. So for me, what we're about to watch is really where I lost total belief in all of this. And I feel like whatever you're about to see, I feel like this was the moment I was like, God, we caught him. And I hope that Zach, what's up? I hope that when we watch this, you see how people deceive. If there's one thing I've learned in ufology is how many people are going to deceive you, and then learning how many people deceive you. Here you go. If you see it, you're on your way, man. If you don't see it, rewatch it a couple times and ask yourself, what is it that Amy's seeing that I'm not? All right, here you go, guys.
Or deny that he still was going to stick to his guns, or he was going to finally come out and admit that, no, guys, all right, you got me.
We wanted to talk to you and get your reaction.
Okay. Because I was basically going to hit him right between the eyes with it and see what he says.
Hopefully, he'll benefit somehow, some way.
Really investigates an average of 5,000 reported or deliberate hoax.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where did they hit him with it? Oh my gosh. There was the way he responds.
Trolls.
Because this case is based on anecdotal testimony, we decided to use the polygraph to see if Chris is telling us the truth.
Hey, Yvonne. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, and there was another one. I can't find it now, but it totally,
Good to see you.
to me, proved. I'm just gonna screw it. I'll just look through my bookmarks. I don't even remember when I posted it. I don't know if anybody could tell me how I could figure out what I posted. It's funny, but I'll just go through it while I look through it. And you guys can kind of check some stuff that we're looking at. And I know it's kind of boring as we're going through this, but I think it's important. I don't tweet that much. Oh, and here's the deposition that, we talked about Corey Good giving me a copyright strike erroneously. I am in the right on that. And so that will be removed very quickly from my account. And it's so shocking to think that the deception goes that far, that it's, they're trying to quiet the deception. This was weird. The Polymark thing, there's a Polymarket thing where they're all betting that Trump is going to declassify UFOs in 2025. They lost. That did not happen. That did not happen. Yeah. So we're just going to keep going through. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure you guys see this. It's like important to me that you guys see this. And I don't think I post. I don't think I post that much. Yeah, Amy, I kind of do. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think we're going to be able to find it as much as I want to. But the basic rundown of that is maybe when we find it, maybe when someone finds it. What Christopher Bledsoe says is he says, he just acts really nice about it. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how I failed a polygraph. But let's get more into it, guys, because I know you guys think he's a really nice guy. And, I'm sure he is. But a lot of people have caught him in things, So we could start with Ryan Bledsoe at the beginning of the show saying, like, the dark forces are coming at you. Like, you guys need to be adequately analyzing this the way you would any fundamentalist religious person, because that is how they are packaging it. So, Chris, I'm going to read this. This comes from Paranormal Chris, one of my favorite researchers on Twitter. Once again, I had Chris blocked, but now we get along. And you never know. And I'm starting to see, like circular patterns. I just appreciate everyone in this community. And, like I said, I appreciate Kelly Chase for talking about Bledsoe seeing a plane, I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate Paranormal Chris catching this. Christopher Bledsoe is a religious fanatic that was currently caught by a group of people claiming that a commercial airliner was an orb at contact in the desert. He has zero credibility unless you're a fanatical cult member. Want proof? Here's Bledsoe claiming a SpaceX rocket was a sign from God and a huge orb. And the meteor that comes into view throws him into a religious whirlwind of belief where he's saying, oh, wow, oh, my God, oh, my God.
Wow.
This is a SpaceX rocket. Let's put that in the chat so you guys don't get confused here. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Orb. This is a summoned UFO that turned out to be a SpaceX rocket. And this has come back time and again, guys. Is it mean to state a fact? This is a fact. This is where I get confused. Because Christopher Bledsoe won't come out and say, oh, saw a SpaceX rocket. right? Like, don't like Amy would say that, right? Amy would be like, "Oh, oopsie, guys, I did a SpaceX rocket." But I'm not trying, I'm not trying to control what you guys think here. I'm not. I'm not trying to control because my journey in ufology has been so vast and so strange, and I still believe the answers of the universe are here, at which I want to be alive when it happens. But I just want you guys to know that this is a summoned UFO that turned out to be a SpaceX rocket. Here you go.
Explain what I'm looking at right now, but I'm going to show you, Lord willing, this video. Oh, Lord, thank you, my Lord. Wow. Wow. Did you see it? Wow. You want to believe what I just filmed? It came straight at me and dipped down in the woods while I'm filming this huge orb. Explain what I'm looking at right now, but I'm going to show you.
And then and then next, because he's been on everything, and I only think the reason that people have interviewed him so much
I saw it.
over all of it is because of the interest that the government, NASA, but you have to ask yourself, someone at NASA, I'm gonna be honest, like one of my best friends used to work at NASA. She used to make rockets, but like I don't go around saying like, oh, I actually went with her I took my NASA friend to a CE5 event. She came with me. So I could say NASA's interested in my CE5 activities too, couldn't I? Yeah, that's easy, right? It's what you call about controlling the narrative. I could tell you guys that NASA came with me to a CE5 event. My friend used to work at NASA. Technically, I could do that. Not going to, but this is what we're dealing with in terms of narrative control. Amy has had NASA come to CE5 events. Okay, does that mean that I've had NASA come, or does that mean that my one of my best friends who used to work at NASA? Right. Yeah, my friend used to make rockets at NASA. Cool. But like which is super cool. But on like another level, because she goes to a CE5 event with me, does that mean that NASA has an interest in CE5, or does that just mean my friend's like hanging out with me, right? NASA's interested in Amy's CE5 events, or is it just that my best friend who came with me just happened to work at NASA? You see what I'm saying?
One thing she told me was, when you see Iran and Israel exchanging missiles, and I saw it, the way she tells me is a vision of, I see it like a living picture screen. I could see the rock.
Because he's a prophet. He's a prophet from Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Why you guys like people need to see through this. And you've got to dang well hope that your grandma, whoever, your mom, whoever's in super religious with the JC doesn't get sucked into this. Because I'll tell you what, one of my most favorite faux alien incidents is the Miami aliens incident. And very rarely do I get people in my real life approaching me, asking me questions about things. The Miami aliens came out. It was like my phone, like all my friends were messaging me. Did you see this? Did you see this? And I'm just like, where are they getting their news? Why is this news to them? And some of the most heavily religious people I knew, who think a lot of like the stuff that I research is BS, even though like, how I am, really thought that, there could have been a Nephilim sighting down there. Nazareth. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Daryl. He says Nazareth was not a village. He was Jesus of Nazareth. I'm sorry. I try. I was a server girl. I do have experience. I do know what I do know. Not like, okay. But I do know. And I still go to church. I still have it. Yeah. So, I try. Sorry if I said it wrong. Yeah, and just a lot of opinions that people have, guys. Just a lot of opinions. Hey, it's not good. It's not good. Failures to summon on demand. You put Chris Bledsoe. He also expressed for the first-hand witnesses. All right, guys. I think I'm going to have to get out of here. I think you see
Lord willing, in this video. Oh, Lord, thank you, my Lord. Wow. Wow. Did you see it? Wow. You want to believe what I just filmed? It came straight at me and dipped down in the woods while I'm filming this huge orb. Explain what I'm looking at right now. But I'm going to show you, Lord willing, this video. Oh, Lord, thank you, my Lord. Wow. Wow. Did you see it? Wow. You want to believe what I just filmed? It came straight at me and dipped down in the woods while I'm filming this huge orb. Explain what I'm looking at right now. But I'm going to show you, Lord willing, this video. Oh, Lord, thank you, my Lord. Wow. Wow. Did you see it? Wow. You want to believe what I just filmed? It came straight at me and dipped down in the woods while I'm filming this huge orb. Explain what I'm looking at right now. But I'm going to show you, Lord willing, this video. Oh, Lord, thank you, my Lord. Wow. Wow. Did you see it? Wow. You want to believe what I just filmed? It came straight at me and dipped down in the woods while I'm filming this huge orb. Explain what I'm looking at right now. But I'm going to show you, Lord willing, this video. Oh, Lord, thank you, my Lord. Wow. Wow. Did you see it? Wow. You want to believe what I just filmed? It came straight at me and dipped down in the woods while I'm filming this huge orb. Explain what I'm looking at right now. But I'm going to show you, Lord willing, this video. Oh, Lord, thank you, my Lord. Wow.
All right, I'm bad. I know. I'm bad. I just had to dance to it. But before we go, I want to show you guys this other new AI art I'm making lots of AI art. I'm very into AI art. I started getting so into it, I thought I'd just like replace the show with like an AI host that I had at the beginning. Great expose, man. Yeah, we believe Elon and his rockets are angels. Yes. We're going to get back into music mode here too, because I want you guys to hear my new thing. Because we entered the Galactic Federation. So here we go. And then we're going to get out of here. But this is a video I was working on. It's called I'm looking for an ET overlord. And it's actually a parody of I'm looking for a man in finance. So that was the idea.
I'm looking for an ET overlord, reptilian, light speed, cosmos. It's all I want. It's all I want. I'm looking for an ET overlord, reptilian, light speed, cosmos. It's all I want. It's all I want. I'm looking for an ET overlord, reptilian, light speed, cosmos. It's all I want. It's all I want.
All right. It's true. I'm making a lot of AI content. You're going to be seeing more and more and more and more of it and more of it. But that being said, we're just going to zip out of here, man. We're going out of here. She's right. We can't go yet. Let me get that going real quick. Winner. Winner. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I almost forgot. Diane remembered me. Who won? Wait. This is the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to do that. We do have a giveaway. And we're getting to it. And whenever we get, let's see here. We'll go to drive. We'll go here. Sorry, guys. This is why, I am just who I am. All right, here we go. We got a couple people who entered the thing. We're gonna do a new chat and be like, GPT, pick a winner, make a image to celebrate their win. All right, here you guys go. They're gonna take us. It's gonna take us the cheap. They're gonna help us. Oh yes. Whoops. Rewind. Who won what? Who won the giveaway? Let's see. What did ChatGPT come with? Or wait, stop sharing. It's creating the image. Here, I could share it while we wait for the image. You know how ChatGPT is. ChatGPT takes a while to make images. Who won? Hey, Diane. I'm not giving you money, though. So, yeah. Congratulations. I did come up with that. ChatGPT picked it. So, Diane Bass, you won. You can pick up anything that you want in the Alien Girl chat, in the Alien Girl merch, which you should be able to access somewhere. All right, let's get out of here then. We almost are out, and I read. Thank you.